Alright, you can see Pinky. This is the second time we've got the mat out since the first video was made. Good girl! She's very scared of the bike. I was desensitizing her to that because I'm hoping I can teach her to run along next to it. Because it would be good for exercise, but it's going to take a little bit. So I put her mat down there where she feels comfortable. And I'm going to show you some more of the mat work. She's going to get that treat right there. But she's not so sure. I was clicking and treating her for going near the bike and looking at the bike. Good girl. But I'm going to show you the mat stuff. Now I'm going to wait for her to lay down. You probably can't hear, but my dog's on the other side of the door whining because they can hear the clicks. Girl. Okay, I'm going to get some distance from her. Good girl. As you can see, I don't have to do the high rate of reinforcement anymore. I did at the very beginning. I actually started this a few minutes ago before I turned the camera on. So as soon as she got back on the mat, I did do a high rate of reinforcement, but now I'm not. I'm spacing it out as I'm spacing out my distance. And she stays down. And I'll just give one treat. Make the duration a little longer. Don't test the dog too much. Like I said, this is the first time I've done this since that video before. So I have not been practicing this with her. She's lovely because getting her on that mat, she almost immediately just calms down, which is great. So I'm changing it up. I'm close to her, I'm far away, I'm close to her, I'm far away. I'm behind the camera, so I'm probably 15 feet from her. Good girl. That's a good girl. And I'll give her several treats every now and again. You don't want to make a pattern. Change it. Make it different. A lot of treats at one point, one or two here or there. Make it real sporadic. Sigh of relief. It's probably pretty stupid of me to have this bike in here because she's not so fond of it, but she's not freaking out about it anymore, so I don't want to move it because if I move the bike, I'm going to scare her because the moving scares her, so I'm just actually going to leave it there. But if your dog's afraid of an object, probably don't practice this. You can see still stress yawn. And now the test is if I go the opposite direction on the other side of her. So I'm going to go in different directions. Good girl. And behind the dog. Once you get behind the dog, a lot of times they get a little uneasy, they can't see you. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. So I'm clicking her for not doing anything. If you change something, like as soon as you go behind the dog, click it when they don't move. So I'm behind her, click. And then end on a good note. Free dog. Okay, free dog. Good girl. She's going to probably default to the down. Good girl. That's That's a good girl. Yes, you are. Piggy, freedom. Good girl. Free dog. Good girl. Yeah. Matt. Good girl. Clicked a little too soon. Good girl. Thank you. Free dog. Good girl. Matt. Good girl. She probably won't release this way because she's scared of the bike, so. Pinky. Free dog. Free dog. There you go. Good girl. Now I'll end the exercise. That's a good girl. And we'll do some play. That's a good